All right, we're going to do some A306 action today. Let's get our power and fuel truck. We'll get this party started with good old FedEx. Good old FedEx. All right, let's do some flight planning first. Get the flight plan on file. We are here at Los Angeles FedEx ramp. Los Angeles is CBDLC capable. We're doing A306. Heading to Oakland. 25 left. 30,000. That's our zero fuel weight and our flight plan. $270.7, 25 fuel. 29.78. Information Oscar is current. Oakland is landing 30. We are categorized as a heavy, so FedEx 3650, 306 Lima, LAX Oakland 30,000. All that looks good. Flight plan on file. File the Lady J, top altitude 8,000. Maintain at or below 250 knots until otherwise directed by ATC. So when I get with center, I'll request normal speed. 500 feet per nautical mile to 640. We'll have no problem there. And we're going to take off here. Below 3, below 5, above 7. Cross Lady J at 8. And higher when authorized. And we're going to do the Corez transition. So we're going to break off here. And then we're going to do the EMSO 3 arrival into Oakland. So you got to be at 280 knots at my jaw, 240 at my rib. And then we'll break off Franny. And then at Franny, it is a full approach. Franny 41, 41. RNAV coupled ILS into Oakland. And we'll park here at this FedEx ramp. Weather is nice. Basically both. There's no weather, no turbulence really, no clouds, and no ice. So perfect day for this, for flying FedEx Virtual today. So yep, let's get this show on the road. Make sure nav works on battery on each one of these. IRS alignment. All right, come down here. Good till November. So we are at Los Angeles, heading to Oakland. And we're going to align. And Los Angeles, center of the field is 3356.5, so that's close enough. 118.24, so that's good. So do align. Gives us 6 minutes till that is done. All right. Well, we are on FedEx here, load sheet 270.7. One 127 is our altitude. All right, 270.7 and 25 for our fuel. Get that going. Check our cargo fire. Turn on our cargo fire suppression. Get our APU started. You could turn on the APU fuel pump, but only do that. I mean, I always use these pumps, so no biggie. Yeah, we should see the cargo being loaded here. rotate. MD-11 doesn't have that much animation, so kind of appreciate IniBuilds going through this extra step here. Right, you got 17 quarts of oil. Hydro is topped off. And we got APU available there. Turn on the radios. $35.65. Let's see if we can get ATIS here.
Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Oscar.
Still Oscar, so nothing's changed. So ground is 0.75. Tower is 120.95. Got those set up. Altimeter is 29.78. Elevation 127, so right on the money. Load up the A cars so we can get our clearance, our IFR clearance. We're gonna do FedEx 3650. That will take about 30 seconds to get that. So we go ATC message. Next, standby. Clear to Oakland, Lady J4, Corez, adds file, climb via, accept maintain 5, expect 300 and 10, departure 125.2, squawk 2257, we'll accept that. So we got as filed, so no problem there. And 8 cars. Download. Bon voyage. Looks like the alignment is done. As long as the alignment's done, you can turn on ATS. Start your timer. You need 5 minutes before changing power sources. So now we're going to come down here and we're going to request our route. Looking up the Tropa. Alright, Tropa is 488 minus 35. that looks fine. So we're gonna go flight plan. We're gonna depart 2 pi left, Lady J, Corez, insert Oakland, ILS 30 from Franny, Emzo, and are good. And then we're gonna do our wind data. Insert the wind. All right, we got block fuel was 25. Zero fuel weight was 2707. And the CG 27 even. It's our departure. Print our weather. (200 at 3). 2219. 1008. (1008) 200 22. All that is fine. That's all good.
Sir 4462 Uniform Joshua Bridge, Palmdale, altimeter 2902. And contact Los Angeles Center 125.27.
She's super loud. So 52. Takeoff is there. So put this to 230. I know that's not technically the right way, but it's what it is. Alright, and we're going to depart.
Sir 4462 Uniform Los Angeles Center, thank you. Palmdale, altimeter 2902.
251. Do heading, nav, and profile. And we are at over 5 minutes now. So we can change our power sources. The APU. Alright, now we're on APU. Turn on the old fuel pumps there.
Three 360 Uniform Cross, Copal at maintain 14,000.
Go ahead and lock that door.
Initial approach, this is November 168 Charlie, just past the Sagar, 168 Charlie.
Air 88 Charlie, thank
Now the
you.
cockpit,
Contact
plan
Xplane
acknowledged.
Tower
Call us to the
at
menu when you're ready to
Lindman,
go.
126.8.
Contact tower at
cockpit, the toes driving up now.
126.8, 168 Charlie, thank you.
Air 88 Charlie, it's a three-part instruction. Contact Wayne Tower at Lindman, 126.8. All three parts are equally important.
Contact a tower at Lemon at 126.8, 168 Charlie.
To actually use one of these fire handles, you have to click and hold for 3 seconds, just in case you ever need to. I don't usually do failure, so I probably will never do that. Alright, beacon light on.
All doors and hatches are closed. We're connecting now.
Coast is clear, as they say. Put that on A. And we'll go ahead and crank her up. We're not at a gate, so we can do that. $52. And fuel.
Sun's connected and bypass pins inserted. Release the brakes. Okay, we're pushing her back now.
Start engine uno. Should I say 2978? We'll double check that before we get on out of here. Waiting for 20. There we go. Light the fires. We've got flex
6 Romeo,
takeoff
contact
set.
Palomar Tower, 118.6.
Palomar Tower, 118.6, 5860 Romeo. Palomar Tower, Sirius 5860 Romeo, on final for the RNAV X-ray 24.
For 5860 Romeo, Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear to land.
24 to clear to land, 5860 Romeo.
$22.57. We be squawking. Do that. Gotta turn on the oxygen. I think that door is closed and locked. Yep.
Operations complete. Set the brakes. Stand by. We're disconnecting the tow now.
Alright, all that is good.
John Wayne Tower, November 168 Charlie at Lemon inbound with the ILS 120 right.
Number 1688 Charlie, John Wayne Tower, runway 0 right, clear to land.
Runway 20
All runway
right,
assignments
clear
and
to
hold
land,
short
128.
instructions. Advise
Just
on initial
disconnected.
contact. You have information
on the
officer.
right. We'll see you.
88 Charlie, change by frequency 128.1.
What's the frequency again, please? 168 Charlie.
38 Charlie, 126.8. You're on the other tower, 126.8.
John Wayne Tower, 168 Charlie on the 126.8.
38 Charlie, thank you. And wind variable at 3.
Roger, thank you.
Alright, so Oscar, so all performance numbers and all that stuff is good to go.
Number ground, Skylane, November 358 Foxtrot Delta, sitting at the FBO with information Zulu. Request taxi for departure to the west, Cat 7, 8 Foxtrot Delta.
November 358 Foxtrot Delta, 310 to Cat 7, ready to file a flight plan, please.
Roger, I'll double check that, thank you.
Afternoon, Los Angeles ground, FedEx 3650 heavy cargo ramp with Oscar rated taxis.
FedEx 3650 Heavy, Los Angeles ground, runway 25 left, taxi via Alpha Foxtrot.
25 left via Alpha Foxtrot, FedEx 3650 heavy.
November 5860 Romeo, taxi departing via Alpha, remain this frequency.
Via Alpha, stay on this frequency 5860 Romeo.
Number Green ground, Skylane, November 358 Foxtrot Delta, we filed that flight plan, 8 Foxtrot Delta.
November 358 Foxtrot Delta, runway 6, taxi via Charlie, Bravo, Alpha.
Runway 6 via Charlie, Bravo, Alpha, 8 Foxtrot Delta.
Alright, we're using the tower frequency that's associated with the south side of this airport, which in this case is 120.905. Our departure is 125.2, so I'm going to switch to tower 25.2. We'll get that on the standby so we can just flip it over. And we'll turn on our pitot. Do a takeoff config check here in a second. Takeoff test normal. Los Angeles Tower, FedEx 3650 heavy on short 25 left.
FedEx 3650 Heavy, LA Tower, runway 25 left, please for takeoff.
25 left, clear for takeoff, FedEx 3650 heavy. Alright, we're going to do auto brake max. Arm the spoilers since we're kind of Airbusy here. Looking for 98. Should settle back down to around 98 or 99 apparently. It's close enough for government work since we are FedEx, right? one already. Got positive rate, gear coming up.
November 1246 uniform cross Janney at 8,000. FedEx 3650 heavy, contact departure.
Over to departure, FedEx 3650 heavy, see ya.
November 1688 Charlie, taxi to parking via Bravo, monitor ground.
Taxi to parking Bravo, monitor ground, 1688 Charlie.
November 12462 uniform cross Janney at 8,000.
SoCal departure, FedEx 3650 heavy, climbing via the Lady J4, leaving 1,700 for 5,000.
FedEx 3650 heavy, SoCal departure to contact Columbia SID.
Climb via the SID, FedEx 3650 heavy. Alright, we gotta be below 5,000 until after EVOS, which is next. Actually, we're past EVOS, so we'll take this up to 8,000 now. We're climbing like the Dickens. We're gonna neutral the gear there. Unarm that. This is an auto, which you gotta verify that because sometimes it doesn't go to auto.
November 4462 uniform contact SoCal approach
Which we're in climb mode, so that's good.
FedEx 3650 heavy, climb and maintain 13,000.
Climb maintain 13,000, FedEx 3650 heavy.
FedEx 3650 heavy, resume normal speed, contact Los Angeles Center 133.2.
Resume normal speed in LA Center 133.2, FedEx 3650 heavy. Los Angeles Center, FedEx 3650, Lady J4, leaving 9,500 for 13,000, normal speed. Alright. Goes that.
FedEx 3650 Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain flight level 300.
Climb maintain flight level 300, FedEx 3650.
November 12462 uniform SoCal approach, Burbank altimeter is 297er. While heading 210, it's going to maintain 6,000.
The normal speed was important because we had that 250 restricted on this SID, but we are all good now. Otherwise, we would have stopped at 8,000 there at Lady J. We are on our way. I'm going to lower the environment.
November 358 Foxtrot Delta, I just need to hear your call sign once during the transmission. Runway 6, cleared for takeoff. Proceed on course.
Cabin pressure is rising. Everything looks good there. Let's cool things off in the cockpit a little bit. Transition level is 180. Match that to standard, which is 2992, which is sea level standard pressure. Release to cruise since there's no turbulence going on. And that is about it for the departure. So we'll pick it back up at when we get to cruise. I'm going to pause it till then. See you in a second. Alright, we are approaching our cruise altitude at flight level 300. This should switch to CR for cruise, obviously.
November 4462 uniform contact
Okay,
Burbank Tower 118.7.
that did its thing. That was on the back. I didn't have to do anything. If it's not working properly, you can force it with one of these numbers, or buttons, I mean.
November 4462 uniform Burbank Tower 118, good land.
Do ECAM check here.
November 358 Foxtrot Delta radar contact lost. Looks like you changed your squawk code. Verify squawking 4610.
Everything's nice and even. All that is good. Oakland elevation is 4. So we'll just leave it where it's at for the landing altitude, cabin altitude. Alright, so eventually, somewhere in here, we'll start our descent. We gotta slow to 280 knots at my jaw, 240 at my rib.
Number 8 Foxtrot Delta, what are your intentions after transitioning Charlie airspace? You're just cutting through a sliver there.
Gotta be above these altitudes here because the line is under. If the line is above and below, then that means you gotta be between.
Don't require no further radar services after you're out of the Charlie? Okay.
Now, if we were to land on 1-2, say the wind's shifted we would have to switch
FedEx
our
3650, contact Oakland Center 127.45.
Oakland Center 127.45, FedEx 3650, we'll see you. Switch that over to Oakland, which will get our descent instruction. I always wait about 15 seconds to make sure that someone's not giving a readback to an IFR clearance or something. Little radio etiquette here and there. Seems all's quiet. Oakland Center, FedEx 3650, flight level 300.
FedEx 3650, Oakland Center, roger.
Anyway, so if we were going to land on the 12 runway, we would have to do a different star.
Number 2442 Papa, NorCal departure, radar contact.
See, the Schism 2 is for runway 12. So they would have to switch us up if the winds changed.
Uniform, contact Aspen departure.
It looks like my rib, let me see, my jaw schism. So it looks like Schism is the last waypoint that share the same star. So we'd have to know if we're going to switch to the Schism by Schism. But 9 out of 10 times we won't do that, but this takes you off this way for a vectored approach, and with this arrival we'd just do a full approach from Franny for the ILS straight in for 30, and then we'll exit here, Whiskey Bravo to the ramp, and call it a day.
FedEx 3650, descend via the MZO3, arrival Oakland, altimeter 2987.
2987, descend via the MZO3, arrival, FedEx 3650. Alright, D8 has hotel, and they are landing west, so 30 is good. So I'm putting a little Y next to the MZO3 on my notepad so I know we were given clearance to descend via. Doesn't mean you have to descend right away, it just means you can leave your last assigned altitude whenever you want. So in our case we still got about 70 miles or so to our top of descent. So, yep, we'll pick it back up at top of descent. See you shortly. Alright, let's get our updated winds here. Since we were told we can descend via, we're going to lower our MCP to the lowest we can go, which is, what, 4,100, so we'll just put 5,000 for now, and we'll lower that even more when we get our approach clearance. And missed approach. Climb to 600, then left to 4,000. And we'll just let the FMS handle the missed approach, but we'll double check that it's going properly on that course. which it is. So all is well there. So my jaw's 280. Coming up on Emzo. Yeah, it's a Cat 3, so there is no, it's like an RVR type of thing for Cat 3, which would be 600 feet runway distance. But don't have to worry about that. Descend probably close to 3,000 feet per minute here in a little bit. Oakland Center, FedEx 3650 is leaving 300.
FedEx 3650, Roger.
And if we were going to do a minimums, you could just mash decision height and set it there, but just do 50 for shits and giggles, not that it will matter. See what the weather looks like. Good old Oakland. Printer out. Two 230 at 529.87. Scenery's loading in a bunch of tiles, so I'm trying not to touch the computer or anything while it's loading. I can tell it because I got a fan curve on my CPU, all-in-one coolant, whatever you call it. Anyway, when the CPU works hard, the fans spool up, so I can tell it was loading in stuff.
3650, contact at NorCal Bridge 120.905.
NorCal approach 120.905, FedEx 3650. Alright, so now we're going to be back to using heavy as our identifier. And ATIS is hotel. NorCal approach, FedEx 3650 heavy, descending via the MZO3, leaving flight level 236. Current with hotel, request ILS 30, approach from Franny.
FedEx 3650, heavy, NorCal approach, thanks for hotel and expect that.
I can plan on that, FedEx 3650 heavy. Alright, my jaw is 280, as you can see here. I'll leave that on. Why not? Slowing to 280, right on the money. Let the crew know we're getting there sooner than later. Above 220. All good. Add a little bit of speed brake since we're a little bit above the profile. This plane you got on monitor a little bit more than some of the more modern airliners I fly, like the A320 or A321 by Tullis. Those usually maintain profiles pretty good. So we'll show up, since this is not to scale, until we get to my rib, which is after schism. So we'll start showing up on this soon. And schism's between 1.5 and 190. So looking good. Schism is anticipated to be 15,000. Which is about right. We got 20 miles to go. My rib is slow to 240. ILS 108.7. Course of 296. ILS is set, ready to roll. We're looking at 2987 on the altimeter. Set. Take a decision altitude for a Cat 2 would be 109. Cat 3 is RVR 600.
So Alexander, TBM 46950 is clear of 15 on the ground, cancel IFR. Minor 5 Zulu, thank you. Receive, have a great day. How are you too?
So looks like VREF plus 10. 35, so we'll say 145. Just go with 109 on the MDA there. said expected, so I never lower the MTP until I'm actually cleared to fly the approach. That way it's kind of like another reminder that I haven't been cleared to fly the approach. And then after that clearance, then we have to get a landing clearance. So there's like your initial descent clearance, and then there's an approach clearance, and then there's a landing clearance. You got 3 clearances starting at cruise that you have to worry about. Each one has to be specific. So until I get the descent clearance, I leave this on whatever my cruise altitude is. And then once I get the descent clearance, then I can lower it whenever I want. So I usually lower it within 10 miles. And plus I always put a Y next to it for yes, that I'm allowed to descend. And then, you know, the approach clearance will lower it to the final approach fix altitude. That will tell me or remind me that we have the approach clearance, so we will lower it to 2,000.
Oakland Center, Roger, altimeter
And then once we have the landing clearance, that's when I reset it again to missed approach altitude, which is in this case 4,000. So I kind of use these MCP to help remind me of what I'm allowed to do and so on and so forth.
Taking my ground, November 358 Foxtrot Delta radio check.
November 358 Foxtrot Delta, loud and clear.
They prefer you to do radio checks by yourself. You can use 123.45 and tune both your COM1 and your COM2 radios to 12345, and then you can transmit and listen to yourself, and then however you hear yourself, it's the same exact thing that ATC is hearing. So that's why we do that. Slow into 240 for the my rib restriction between 9 and 10,000. Got some speed brake action going on here.
FedEx 3650 Heavy, contact NorCal approach 134.5.
NorCal approach 134.5, FedEx 3650 Heavy. NorCal approach, FedEx 3650 Heavy, descend via the MZO3, leaving 10,400.
FedEx 3650 Heavy, NorCal approach, altimeter 2987, at Franny, clear the ILS, runway 30 approach.
2987 at Franny, cleared ILS, 30 approach, FedEx 3650 Heavy. Alright, so now that we are actually cleared to fly the approach, first turn on these landing lights and taxi lights. Then we can lower this to missed approach. Final approach fix altitude of 2,000. So that reminds me that we are cleared to fly the approach at this point. We'll know we're within range once it pops up, and we'll get a glide slope indicator here, and then we can switch this source to ILS and fly her in.
Yakima ground, Skylane number 358 Foxtrot Delta, sitting at parking near Alpha 4 with information Tango. Request flight following over to Kelso, 8 Foxtrot Delta.
So tower is
358 Foxtrot
127.2.
Delta Yakima ground. What is your intended cruise altitude over Kelso?
My apologies. Probably looking about 8,000 feet, 8 Foxtrot Delta.
Needs to be appropriate for VFR.
Ground is 0.75.
8,500, 8 Foxtrot Delta.
Roger.
So we got to cross Miney
November
at
358 Foxtrot Delta
7,000.
Yakima ground.
So
Booking
we are
departure
on
frequency
profile, so
123.8,
looking good.
Squawk 0551.
Miney 7,000, so that's all going to check out.
Departures on 123.8 and 0551 in the Fox, 8 Foxtrot Delta.
Right, Foxtrot Delta, read back correct.
Looks like the signal for the ILS is picking it up now. Got to be above 6,200 at my shin.
Sacramento clearance, 291 Golf X-ray.
Go ahead.
IFR, to Sacramento, should have a flight plan in.
November 291 Golf X-ray, capital clearance on request, standby.
Yakima ground, November 358 Foxtrot Delta, sitting near Alpha 4, looking for taxi to active for departure to the west, 8 Foxtrot Delta.
Always got to monitor with this plane, make sure it does what it's supposed to do.
November 358 Foxtrot Delta, Yakima ground.
It does a pretty good job for an old airplane.
27, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 22.
It's pretty good VNAV, I'll give it that.
Taxi runway 27 via Alpha, cross runway 22, 8 Foxtrot Delta.
See, the star cuts us right through this little valley here, which is the reason for this.
291 Golf X-ray, capital
5,200 is safe
Capital Airport,
here.
via radar vectors, Sacramento VOR, and then direct. Maintain 2,000, expect 5,000 within 10 minutes. NorCal departure on 127.4, squawk 2443.
Clear to Sacramento, radar vectors, Sacramento VOR, then direct 2, expect 5 and 10, 127.4, 2443 on the squawk.
November 1 Golf X-ray, read back correct. Giant 430, Seattle, landing north, send pilot discretion, maintain flight level 240.
A little bit of slat action.
Hello, I can 515 request upper clearance to the Fargo Oakland International Airport with the info that's aboard.
Aircan 515, Denver clearance, on request, standby.
Once I get the landing clearance, and we'll readjust that again. hit the landing. And then some more flaps.
Air Canton 515, Denver Clarence.
Do auto brake
Fargo
low.
Airport.
Go ahead and arm
departure,
those.
Java transition. Direct via Aberdeen VOR, that's Alpha Bravo Romeo. Direct Fargo VOR, Foxtrot Alpha Romeo. And direct, flying via the SID. Departure frequency 126.1, squawk 6641.
Clear to the Fargo Airport via the H2 departure, Java transition, direct Alpha Bravo Romeo, Fox Alpha Romeo, direct to the SID, departure frequency 126.1 and squawk 6641, again 515.
You said direct the SID, there's no SID there for you after the Fargo VOR, direct the airport, rest reback is correct. Back runway 34 right.
Expect 34 right and after Fargo direct landing again 15.
Sacramento ground Cessna 291 Golf X-ray on cargo 1 with November ready to taxi.
FedEx 3650, heavy contact tower 127.2.
Over to tower 127.2, FedEx 3650 heavy. Oakland Tower, FedEx 3650 heavy, establish on a localizer, runway 30.
FedEx 3650 heavy, Oakland Tower, runway 30, cleared to land, wind 2306.
30, clear to land, FedEx 3650 heavy.
Number 291 Golf X-ray, Capital Ground, November current, runway 35 left, taxi via Alpha.
35 left, taxi via Alpha, affirmative, we do have November 291 Golf X-ray.
Yakima Tower, Skyline November 358, Foxtrot Delta, currently sitting short, runway 27, ready for takeoff, 8 Foxtrot Alpha.
Number 718, leaving uniform, contact Salt Lake City Center, 125.57. Number 358, Foxtrot Delta, Yakima Tower, on course departure approved, runway 27, cleared for takeoff, and call.
On course departure, 8 Foxtrot Delta, clear for takeoff.
Alright, we got our landing clearance up to 4,000. Auto brake low, spoilers are armed.
November 718, leaving uniform, Salt Lake
Gears
City
3
Center,
green.
Price altimeter 2987. November 8, leaving uniform for your planning purposes, Salt Lake landing south.
If you need to go missed, you just mash this hit and click spot here for Toga.
Diane 430, contact Seattle Center 126.6. Diane 430, Seattle Center. Last call for you. Contact Seattle Center on 126.6, please.
A little bit of a left crab.
Diane 430, Seattle Center, Seattle landing north, and altimeter 3007, descend via the Hawk 7 arrival. Ray Foxtrot Delta, contact Spokane departure.
Over to departure 8, Foxtrot Delta.
Flagstaff ground, Cirrus Vision 768 Juliet Romeo, request IFR to Salt Lake City.
Number 768, Romeo Flagstaff ground, standby.
Departure November 358, Foxtrot Delta 2300 for 8,500.
November 358, Foxtrot Delta, Spokane departure, radar contact, yak altimeter 3010.
8 Foxtrot Delta.
And FedEx 3650, Heavy, Whiskey, and Bravo to cargo, monitor ground, you got any?
Whiskey, Bravo to cargo, monitor ground, FedEx 3650 heavy. Thanks, you too.
Number 2442, Papa, reading information, Victor, current, altimeter 29990. Number 768, Juliet Romeo, Flagstaff ground, cleared to the Salt Lake City Airport, Flagstaff 1 departure, Oats, direct KC, Victor 257, the Bryce Canyon VOR, Bravo Charlie Echo, and the Delta 6 arrival. Climb via the SID, accept, maintain 13,000, expect flight level 240 within 10 minutes. Phoenix departure 133.57, block 3247.
Cleared to the Salt Lake City Airport via Flagstaff 1, Oats, direct KC, Victor 257, Bravo Charlie Echo, Delta 6 arrival, climb via SID to 13,000, and then expect flight level 240, departure frequency 133.57, squawk 3247, 768 Juliet Romeo.
Vision Jet 8, Juliet Romeo, read back correct.
Capital Tower, Sim 291 Golf X-ray, holding short 35 left, ready for departure.
Number 700, correction, November 291 Golf X-ray, Capital Tower, turn left heading 300, runway 35 left, clear for takeoff.
Left 300, clear for takeoff, 35 left, 291 Golf X-ray.
Giant 430, radar contact lost. One Golf X-ray, contact NorCal departure.
Switch to departure, 1 Golf X-ray. Departure Sim 291 Golf X-ray, 1,700, climbing 2,300, sign. 291 Golf X-ray, NorCal departure to contact, Clement maintain 5,000, the request.
5,000, and we'd like vectors for the ILS 35 left at Sacramento, 291 Golf X-ray.
November 291 Golf X-ray, roger. Turn left, heading 180, maintain 3,000, vectors to the ILS approach.
Left 180, maintain 3,000, 1 Golf X-ray.
Alright, 8 cars has a 279. We'll take that.
November 135 Golf Delta, information hotel, clearance to Pine Hill, please.
November 135 Golf Delta, Tri-Cities clearance, clear to the Payne Airport, Tri-City 7 departure, radar vectors to the Pasco VOR, then as filed, maintain 10,000, departure frequency 128.75, squawk 4143.
Disconnected.
Yeah, let's see what our replay looks like here. The spoilers don't always show up on the tower view that easily. Like, they're up, as you can tell. It just takes a while to show in the replay for some reason. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And don't forget to hit the bell for alert to all new release videos. That way you'll know when I push out a new one. Otherwise, you guys enjoy your weekend. Talk to you soon. Chase out.